Great evening. I said great evening.
Great evening.
And I heard only 10 voices. There are more than 100. So all of you together, great evening.
Great evening.
Respected founder of the school and the principals, the headmistresses, and the mentor, your mentor, or the star, and the CEO, both Sanjay Pinto's CEO as well as Star CEO, parents, and above all dear children. It's always a pleasure to hear young children perform because it takes back our own memory to the days when we were stumbling. And I've seen that all of you have performed far better than we would in our days. So you have great future. This morning I wrote a Philippism. You know, I write a Philippism. It's not a pun on my surname Philip, but it is Phillipism, which stands for a motivational saying, which I post on Facebook on a regular basis. And I said, why aim to be a star when you are a star? So all of you are real stars. And this couple, one of them a non-stop talker and the other a non-stop listener, a very ideal combination. A good communicator in Sanjay and a good listener in Vidya are the best mentors for your young children who are going to develop. Because as Sanjay said, schooling is not all about marks. It's more about leaving a mark. And how better than to leave a mark than to develop your communication. Only 3 things count today for success in life, for success in any organization. And what is that? Children, you haven't been taught that by Sanjay? What are the 3 things that count for success? All that helps. But just 3 things. Communication, communication, and communication. Communication is the lifeblood of all things today. Whether it is in an organization like police or whether it is in the media. You need not just the gift of the gab, but you need the gift of the jab. You should know how to retort. You know how to refute people. And so your wits should be really sharpened. So behind every silver-tongued orator, there should be a golden heart and a golden mind. And schooling is all about developing that golden heart and golden mind. And I want to congratulate the Chettinad Vidyashram for making this investment in time and effort and resource, even at the expense of a normal curriculum. Because education today has become more information-based and not skill-based. And this life skill, as Sanjay rightly said, is the most valuable life skill. It will make you successful not just at the workplace, but even at home. Even in dealing with your spouse, your future partner, or with your own family, your own children in future, your ability to speak will determine everything. In my own experience, we didn't have anybody skilled trainers like this to train us. But we learned by trial and error. And some of the stories that inspired us was the story of Demosthenes. That Demosthenes was a stammerer. He couldn't speak continually. He stammered. And yet he used to go to the beach in Greece and take pebbles and put them in the mouth and make all kinds of noises so that his vocal cords developed. And he was able to overcome his stutter. And he became one of the greatest speakers in history. Winston Churchill, another communicator, who turned the tide of events in the World War. Speeches are so powerful that it can bring hope to a despairing nation. One speech can mark the turn of the tide of events in history. Winston Churchill, at a time when the morale of Great Britain, which then ruled nearly 2/3 of the world, including India, its might was being challenged by Germany, under Hitler. Now Hitler was himself a silver-tongued orator of a different kind. He didn't have a golden mind or a golden heart behind that tongue. He was all fury, the Führer who was all fury. And his fury could drive people into kind of hysteria. And the whole nation of Germany was driven into that kind of maddening hysteria, of hatred for races other than their own. And they adopted policies which we know, like extermination of races that they were opposed to, like the Jews. And then Hitler had a goal to dominate the whole world. And his first target was Great Britain, which was just across the channel. And as his warplanes bombed London and England, and there was a threat of a German invasion for the first time, this man, who is known for his doggedness, for his determination, as well as his never give up attitude, Winston Churchill, was summoned. So there, a speaker should not wait for a particular opportunity. You should keep on turning phrases in your mind. Even from this age, these children, because they have been trained, will develop a liking for better words, the bon mot, as the French call it, the better word. You know, I keep generating new types of words, new types of phrases. It's because of the love of the word. Because words are like bullets. If they are properly minted. I once said in one speech that I don't mince my words, I mint my words. And so their children should learn to choose their words very carefully. They need to choose their posture, their poise, their language. And then you will find that they will have a great impact. I also wrote another Philippism today. It said that if you have many good experiences, you'll be a good leader. And if you have many bad experiences, what will you become? You'll become a great leader. So which do you choose? So if you have come here and today in the video, if you wept, is that a good experience or a bad experience? Bad. But that child, if she overcomes that emotion, that fear, will eventually be the great speaker we are looking for, the great leader. But parents and teachers should keep encouraging. It's all about confidence. Public speaking is all about confidence. Winston Churchill was dyslexic. He couldn't put words together as a young child. And yet, he eventually won the Nobel Prize for Literature for his works of history. And that's because of his determination. So one secret that I can tell you is, always have these words in your mind. Be at it. Do. You put be and that, what does it become? Be and that. Yeah, Michael Jackson's beat it. But it means the opposite of what Michael Jackson said. It doesn't mean you quit, as he meant, but you be at it to beat it till you overcome. Till you overcome stage fear. Because they say the mind is a wonderful organ. It starts working the moment you're born and stops working the moment you stand up to speak. How many of you felt that kind of experience? A lot of you. And that's why you need Star Academy to train your mind, because this is not just a training of the gap or the mouth. Because you know, everybody has mouths, but some have mouths which are full of wisdom, and some have mouths which are full of feet. They put their foot in their mouth, using the wrong word at the wrong time. You'll find even some ministers losing their jobs. Some of them good communicators otherwise. But using the wrong occasion, the wrong moment. Can you give me some expression which was used by a minister that led to his losing a job?
Cattle class.
Cattle class. So one stray phrase. And that's why the mind should be highly trained. Every silver-tongued orator, the mind should be highly trained. And to train it, you just need these two phrases. This is the root of equilibrium thinking that Sanjay Pinto mentioned. You can see it on my website, eqthinking.com. Be at it, beat it. You continually train your mind on be at it, which means be positive continuously. And beat it, which means beat negative continuously. It's like breathing. You breathe in the positive and you breathe out the negative. Now, which is more important, breathing in or breathing out? Breathing in is more important.
Breathing out.
Breathing out is more important. Both are equally important. But when I started, you thought breathing in is more important, isn't it? But both are equally important. So which is more important? Being positive? No, being positive or beating negative? Both are equally important. And just like a cycle pedal, if it is always up, will your cycle move? All of you cycle? You have cycles? You come to school in cycles? Or limousines? So if you have cycles. So if your cycle pedal is always up, will your cycle move? It has to come down. That is the beat it. And then again, be at it. So there has to be a cyclical thought process for developing a golden heart and a golden mind. And as you continually practice it, do you ever stop breathing? No. Similarly, your mind should be put on this thought process all the time. Not just when you're given a topic to speak, but you prepare yourself years ahead. Winston Churchill had that kind of preparation for decades ahead. And so when he came, he was suddenly summoned by the Queen and said that you are appointed as the Prime Minister of the War Cabinet. He had his speech ready. And he came to Parliament and he said, I have nothing to offer you but my blood, sweat, toil and tears. One phrase that captured the whole spirit of the war effort. So you will be able to develop your mind. Once you develop your mind, it's not only about public speaking that Star Academy is investing in. It's about developing your mind. And when your mind develops, you'll be a great leader. You'll be overcoming all kinds of bad experiences, which definitely we come across in life. And you'll do not just well in examinations, but in the very examination of life. So I once again congratulate the Star Academy again. It's a stellar performance. You have moved a mile ahead from what I've seen in another school, another well-known school. From the performance of your protege is far excels what I saw elsewhere. And I want to congratulate the management of the school for joining in this effort to train a new breed of communicators, a new breed of leaders who will take our city, our state, and our nation forward. God bless you. Thank you.